Hey guys, it's Matt again. Thanks for coming by to check out another Soul Fuel video. You guys are the best. It has been a while, and to be honest, I am a little embarrassed. But real talk, we have had an unbelievably busy past month. I mean, we have kids in baseball, have a kid in softball. I've taken a new role at my company, so I have been unbelievably busy at my job in between work and practice and games. We're certainly wishing that we could add more hours to the clock, but again, I apologize. It has been so long, but this will probably become more of the standard, maybe bi-monthly or monthly for our videos. So I want to make sure that I'm giving quality content, not just a quantity of content. So first, I do want to say before we get started today that you guys are the best. Ministering on this platform is a little different. In fact, for me, it's very different from anything that I had ever done previously. When you're preaching or you're teaching in a traditional sense, you almost come to rely on the ability to see how your words are impacting people in the moment. And with this Facebook platform, YouTube platform, you don't have that instant gratification that you're helping. But many of you have reached out to us, and you've said how much you enjoy the videos, thanked us, encouraged us to keep doing this. And I just want you to know you are why we are doing this. We are now at over 2,000 views on our videos, and honestly, we're very, very humbled by that. But enough with the preliminaries. Let's get started today. I want to take our text from Matthew 16 and 29. If you've been around church any length of time, you've probably heard these scriptures preached from. Very, very familiar passage of scripture. Jesus says to his disciples, "If anyone comes after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me." Now, this scripture is most often used as a caution, or at least a point to carefully consider, especially for people who are just beginning their Christian journey, that there is an expectation of self-denial attached to Christianity. And I don't want to take away from that, because I do believe that there is an element of self-denial with Christianity. You will have to make sacrifices to be a Christian. The thing that I do take issue with somewhat, however, is that this notion is only speaking of material things or worldly things. And often it is presented almost as if God is wresting them from unwilling participants who are longing to stay engaged with those things. But when you have relationship with God rather than a religious encounter with God, you will give up things freely. You will give to God freely without any reservation. God does not force. He knocks, He asks, and He waits. That's how God operates. And before I get to the main point here that I want to talk about today, I would ask you to remember this. Whatever God asks for, give it to Him. Give it to God. If God asks you to do something, if God asks you to live your life in a certain way, do it. Do it. But never give it to God, notice my air quotation marks here, because someone else is asking you to do it. That's not how that's not how our experience is supposed to work. That's how religion works. Our experience with God is meant to be personal, not cookie cutter. Not everybody just does if you do this, XYZ, you're okay. No. Everyone has a personal encounter with God. But let's go back to Matthew 16 and 29. Yes, Jesus was speaking of self-denial. But I believe that Matthew 16 and 29 it goes a little deeper than the things that you may put on or take off. At the core of this verse, there is a very, very simple truth. You must choose to be a Christian. Being a Christian is a choice. There will be easier roads at times. There will be more tempting avenues to explore at times. But if you are going to be a Christian, it's because you chose to be a Christian. Not because you were forced. Not because you were coerced. Not because somebody's holding something. No, you have to choose to be a Christian. And listen to me. I feel inspired to reach to you today. Those of you who have had terrible experiences with church, or people who claim to be God's people. Those who have been the scapegoats for those who offered you to bring an example, or rather to make an example out of you, to bring fear to others. Those who have been abused and downtrodden and lied on and misrepresented. I'm speaking to you. Listen, you must, all capitals, underline, bold letters, you must choose to be a Christian. In spite of everything that's being done to you, in spite of all the things that are happening, you have to make the choice to be a Christian. To be a Christian is to be Christ-like. That is the definition of Christian. And we are told in Scripture that when Jesus was reviled, He did not revile in return. I want you right now, while you're watching this video, I want you to purpose in your heart that no matter what they do to me, I'm going to be a Christian. You don't understand. I do understand. I may not understand your particular situation, but I do understand the feeling of the need to defend myself from unfounded accusations. I do know the frustrations of being the object of ridicule without any way to change it. I'm by nature the kind of person, if you get me, I'm going to retaliate in a way that is grossly disproportionate. If you shoot me, I'm going to drop an atomic bomb on you. That's my nature. But Jesus said that if I'm going to follow Him, I must deny myself. Not just my will, I have to deny my reputation at times. I have to deny my pride. I have to deny my own self-defense at times. And this is where the cross comes in. You have to just pick up that cross and keep walking. Jesus was teaching this even before His own crucifixion, that the cross is unavoidable. But if you can learn to carry that cross, someday you get to exchange it for a crown. What are you saying? What are you saying, Matt? This is what I'm saying. Chin up. Just like those early Christians in Rome, when they were encouraging one another as they were going out to meet their death. You got to be a Christian, even if you're standing at the burning stake. If you're standing in front of the lion, you got to hold that chin up. Chin up, Christian soldier. You keep your chin up and be a Christian until death brings it down. You will not. You will not accomplish anything you think you're going to accomplish by trying to defend yourself, by trying to lash out, to prove your point. Let God vindicate you. You don't have to answer to your accusers. You have to answer to God. Thanks for joining us. We love you guys. Until next time, God bless.